And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intelligently Ratchet with your boy, Bishop Omega. Justice out there handling family business right now. So I'm going to be rocking with y'all today and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another show heavily set up with Intelligently Ratchet. We got a special guest tonight, Joy Spencer. She's going to be on here telling y'all good news about women's health, how to get your kids in school, how to learn adult reading. And she also has an ill-ass crack recipe that she's going to teach you how to cook. You know what I'm saying? It's gluten-free crack. You know what I mean? It's from my own recipe, but she did it another way. So shout out to Joy for doing that. We're going to have her on the show. But like I said, Justice's not here right now. So y'all dealing with me the whole night. So, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you're ready, Joy, just let me know when you're ready, sis. Oh, she's good. All right. We're about to bring on our esteemed guest. She's been on the show once before. Back in the day on the old Intelligent Ratchet when we was doing this face to face and on camera, you know what I'm saying, on the iPad. I'm gonna bring my sister in, one of my good friends, Joy Spencer. What's going on, Joy?
Hello. First of
How
all,
are
I've
you?
been on this show twice before.
Twice before. This is the third time. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, it is the third time. You're absolutely right. It is the third time. You are the hat trick MVP of Intelligent Ratchet. Look at you. Give yourself a hand. Y'all give it up for Joy for coming on the show 3 times. Messing with us all 5 years we've been on the show. And then you've been in the crowd a couple of times too. So you've been participant. So really about like 9 times or whatever. So she's a Ratcheteer, a show favorite. So Joy, we're gonna jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? For people that don't know who you are, tell them some of the things that you're a part of and what you want to come in and talk about tonight.
Who am I? My name is Joy. I am a mom. I have a 4-year-old. I live in Durham. And I truly consider myself a community advocate. I really enjoy helping people. I enjoy connecting people by networking or connecting people to resources. I enjoy leveraging my personal experiences to either help people navigate things in a way that won't be so hard for them, and or just sharing ways to make the way our way of life better, the way we experience life a little better. So that's my passion point is, literally trying to change the world. I know it sounds, far-fetched and kooky, but that's what I like to do, make a positive impact, and change things. And sometimes that means creating a little good trouble.
Good trouble is always good trouble.
And in addition, um, I'm trying to get my life back in order. And so I'm trying to really engage with Fit Gang, hashtag Fit Gang on Facebook. If you're already there, that is a group where we are sharing health offerings, sharing health goals, working out with one another, holding one another accountable, because it's completely a G thing to keep it healthy and to take care of ourselves and to make sure that we are around for a very long time. So join Fit Gang, especially if you're local to the Triangle looking for workout buddies and or health tips, or if you are a personal trainer or some other health professional and have health offerings, there may be some people there. And I also volunteer for like a ton of things that I won't even start to name because I would never even remember to name them all, like commissions and boards and committees and local efforts like that. But what I wanted to make sure people were aware of was that we have Black Maternal Health Week coming up next month. Today, this week is actually World Doula Week. And in this World Doula Day, I just wanted to bring some awareness around everyone was born, everyone has a birth mother, regardless of their relationship to that
Excuse me.
person.
I was born in a test tube. I can attribute it that. You know what I'm saying?
Except
I was
for
a test tube baby.
everyone except for Bishop and folks in Area 51 or
Right.
whatever. was
Ziploc
born.
bag baby is right.
And so it's relevant to all of us. And I'm not sure what I'm learning is that people aren't aware of the fact that this country is actually in a state of crisis around pregnancy and birth outcomes. And women just take it on the chin and just absorb it, act like it doesn't happen. So I wanted to bring awareness to that. And
So,
I
so
guess
for those,
before
for
we
those
get
that,
into it,
and I'm sorry not to get not to cut you off, but for those that don't know, what is the what is the job of a doula when it comes down, kind of break it down, because like you said, a lot of people aren't familiar, with doulas and what they can do to help you during your pregnancy and during the delivery and everything like that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, let me break it down. I guess like quick shameless plug for Dopeness Only. Go check out Dopeness Only. The other thing I do is I like to support Black-owned brands. Go support Styles by Jasmine Boutique. Get you some earrings. Go support Dopeness Only clothing line. Get you a hoodie, active wear. Have a lot of different things, hats. So I want to throw that out there. All right, now let's get into it.
Right.
So for context, Black women's birth outcomes are about the same. We are dying and our babies are dying at about the same rate as we died during slavery. United States is the only country in the developed world that has had worsening birth outcomes. Everyone else has had improved birth outcomes. We have the most funding, the most money in our healthcare system in the world.
Right.
And out of all the developed countries, we have the worst birth outcomes.
Why is that? Why? Because if we have all the, because me being I got 5 kids, so and I've seen, even in my, with my wife having we just had a set of twins, how things can go, right? Where they not necessarily have listened, and maybe if they would have listened, things wouldn't go on a certain way. But but again, with the people at UNC or whatever, they did right. The babies are healthy. They came healthy. My wife's still healthy and everything like that. But again, I can see where I was in a place where things could have gone wrong, right? But I want to go to like, why, is this the norm and not just an outlier? Because childbirth is a dangerous thing regardless, right? And and it has been for millennia. It is dangerous and things can go wrong. But why is it that? Because it's surprising that she was like, "Yo, ours is going down while everybody else is coming up. What are we doing incorrectly?"
We're racist. We have a racist healthcare system. We don't listen to Black women, like you just said. We don't listen. The medical books still say that Black women experience pain less and differently. When I told my doctor I needed an ultrasound because I felt like something was wrong inside, she told me I needed to lose weight, sent me home. 2 weeks later, I was in the hospital in emergency surgery with 1.5 liters of blood sitting in the bottom of my stomach because something had ruptured. We're not listened to. Right. We're not respected. We're not trusted. We don't have a medical degree. So what do we know about how we feel and how our bodies are operating is the perception. The American healthcare system was created for profit. Literally, grand midwives were catching babies, delivering babies, nurturing babies. And old white men came in and said, we're going to create this field called obstetrics. And if you don't have this degree in this field, you can't deliver babies anymore. And they truncated and eradicated our natural support systems for how we experience pregnancy, deliver babies, experience recovery. And they said, if you don't have this degree and do it this way with this machine in this setting, you're not respected and eligible to have babies. And our whole entire healthcare system is made by people who figured out how to profit off of our bodies. It's a cash cow. And so when you're worried about profit and not people, the outcomes are the people isn't the bottom line. It's like they get more money when we go into emergency and have to have C-sections, and when there are hospitals in poor areas and things like that. Like the reimbursement rates are like higher when you almost die and stuff like that. So people are like looking at money. That's why
So,
they don't care about us. They care about the paycheck in this
and
country.
is it true that, you know what I mean, that and on the other side, like they undermedicate us, but then for the white counterparts, they might over medicate them when it comes down to
Your insurance matters, how you're perceived matters. Like they didn't listen to Beyonce and Serena. It's not an income thing. It's a
right,
racism thing. It's racism, not race.
right.
It's so literally we have preconceived notion. Even our own skin folks have preconceived notion about what we should do, what we shouldn't do, what we're worthy of, what we deserve, and that bias is permeating through our healthcare system. The healthcare system is the Black women, what the incarceration system is the Black men.
So got to be careful out here. Got to be careful out here.
You gotta educate yourself. You gotta have support, which brings doulas back in. Doulas are support for the birthing person, for the mama, for the person that is pregnant and with child. Everybody's worried about the baby. Everybody's worried about, the nursery, the everything. The doula is worried about the mama. Are you okay? Are you comfortable? Hold on, doctor. She told you 3 times she didn't want an epidural. Stop asking her. We got this. We're breathing. Can I massage you? Doula is for moms. Doula is advocate for the mom. Doula is there for a holistic advocate and support for mom during the pregnancy and birth process. When Black doulas are with Black women, 33% chance less likely to have emergency C-section. A lot more likely to have a full-term birth at full birth rate. Preterm birth and preterm birth weight is the number 1 cause of infant death. So that's very, very important. When Black doctors care for Black babies, mortality rate for Black infants is cut in half. So it's very important for us to have culturally relevant supports around us so that we can have what is needed to have a healthy pregnancy and not be stressed and have the microaggression. And we get treated different by our insurance. If you're on Medicaid, you get a whole different set of medications, service offerings, maybe even go to a different hospital to deliver, a different facility, all of that. You know what I mean? And so doulas help kind of level that playing field a little bit by saying, no, mamas are supposed to have this, right? Why isn't this mama getting that?
Right.
Midwives, conversely, that people always get it confused. Midwives are medical professionals that can practice, medically deliver your baby, check your vitals, diagnose you, practice in the hospital, so on and so forth. Now that's deeper than rap because in North Carolina, you have to first become a nurse with a midwifery concentration. Midwives, just midwife practitioners, can't practice just midwifery standalone services in North Carolina. It's this weird policy, confusing structure thing. We do have midwives in North Carolina. They have to first they're like called midwife nurse practitioners or something. They're nurse practitioners with a midwifery concentration. The difference between maybe an OB, an obstetric gynecologist doctor, and a midwife is their philosophy and how they approach the work. Midwives do like hour holistic appointments. How are you doing with their clients? Doctors do 15 minutes appointments, check your belly, check the heart rate. How you doing? Are you dead yet? No, bye.
Right.
And they got to go to the next appointment.
Gotcha. So one is more of like, let's get you in and out. The other one is like, let's care about the person. So
one is the system, and the other is a philosophy that cares for the whole person holistically.
For the person, right. So when would you recommend someone go and get a doula or seek one out?
For doulas, start just looking as early as possible. It's going to be most effective. Unfortunately, 1 in 4 pregnancies end in the first trimester prematurely. It's going to be most effective to probably start working with your doula in the 2nd trimester when you know it's a very viable pregnancy. We don't talk about loss enough, but a lot of women, if 1 in 4 pregnancies end in loss, you know a woman who has experienced a pregnancy loss.
I do.
Everybody does, and even whether that woman has talked about it or not, it's just is what it is. 25% of all pregnancies are not viable.
That's why so many rainbow babies. Shout out to all the rainbow babies out there. You know what I'm saying?
All the rainbow babies.
All the rainbow babies. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of rainbow babies out there. They good. I like to call them right back around babies. You know what I mean? I wasn't done just yet. I'm coming right back. Whoop. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying?
So 2nd trimester will be a really good time to start and to have that doula just be with you, your family, your partner, build relationship with you. Depending on what the doula model is, they go to the doctor's appointments with you. They help you write your birth plan down to like, this is the playlist I want, while I'm trying to push this baby into the world. They advocate for you while you're freaking out and pushing and in pain. They can continue your birth plan and say, actually, the lights need to be dim at this moment because
because you're not gonna be like, hey, dim the lights.
Actually, yeah, nah, we're not done.
She trying to survive over here, but yeah, that's cool.
My partner about to pass out because he ain't never seen.
Listen. Okay.
Well, yeah, we ain't got to do that.
Too much. A dad that was in there, like they were C-sections. So you know what I'm saying, most moms were C-bub. I'm telling you, nope, I wasn't. Nah, I can't. You know what I'm saying?
But no, it's for real. It's serious out here, and our lives depend on it. So the CDC says that 84% of maternal deaths are preventable. So what are we doing?
What are we doing?
We don't have to do this at all. This is not the thing we actually have to do. We can prevent all of this, virtually all of it.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to say they teach people that because it's like this. I don't think you can quantify pain because pain is felt different by each individual. And you say this group of people feels pain. Like, no, you don't understand how I feel pain now. How I may portray that pain might be different. You know what I'm saying? Like I might be able to have a higher, because we all have higher and lower pain tolerances. You know what I'm saying? I do believe in that. But you know what I'm saying? But if someone says, yo, I'm hurting, oh, you can get through that. Nah, bro, you're not dealing with the same, you know what I'm saying, lower back pain that I'm dealing with. You're not dealing with the same birth pain she's dealing with and everything like that, especially when coming from a man's perspective, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like this, like I can't, like my
you can never ever be able to feel in your life, and you're telling me how it feels. You know what I mean? Like that's weird.
Like I can recommend, like I can see a doctor saying, I recommend. Oh, you feeling this much pain? I can recommend this for you, but you necessarily have to make that decision. I'm not going to withhold anything, or I'm not going to give you over the amount that's going to be like, if I know this part right here, if I'm giving you 50 cc's of this is enough to kill a horse. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to give you that much of whatever drug you need in your, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like the same thing happened with my wife. They messed up her epidural and she had a bubble in her back and it just, so we had to go back around. And she's like, I got a headache. We got a headache. And we had to go back in. And then thank God that the nurse was there. She's like, nah, you don't look too good. Let me go and roll you back in here. We're going to take you back in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it was a whole big thing. And they had a doula there at UNC or whatever. And I was spazzing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted, and I forgot her name. And it's been 3 years. And I wish I would write her a thank you card. But I was in there spazzing because at UNC they do the whole. I was in my little bunny suit with they take your shirt off. You got to get naked on the butt because they want you when the babies come out. They want to give them, right there to you. So I was ready. I was preparing myself for the mess. You know what I'm saying? And then everything got quiet. And then you just heard footsteps because we had a large room because we had 2 babies coming. So the operating room was like right down the hallway. So it was like if I look out, I can actually look and they open the doors, you can see right in there. And so they asked me to come out the first time so they could give her an epidural. And my wife was like, I can't lay back. She's like, whatever one of the twins, if I lay back, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And they didn't listen to me. And so
that sounds like blood pressure stuff.
Yeah, so she went out or whatever. So they had to do an emergency, everything, like get them out. This, that, and the third, and was, they had to do an emergency C-section, and we had scheduled it right then because we were supposed to go in there. Couldn't go in there. Babies coming out, they running with the babies. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. It was so surreal because we had to go by the operating room to get them to the NICU, and you could see how they just carried my babies out. They were so rushed that you could see the spots of blood from them running Harley into the room. Like when I say. It was so frightening. And the doula came up to me. She was like, you want to take a walk with me? And I was like, no. And she was like, no, you want to take a walk with me. And then, so what she did, she just took me and she was like, yeah, so I heard you do comedy and all that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, as we were walking and, you know what I mean, kind of take my, she was like, and she's like, everything looks like, so I was really worried. She's like, no, she in good hands and everything. Like, of course they're going to tell you that. But, you know, everything was, thank God, good. It's just, it got touch and go there for a second.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's too many of those stories. I actually don't really speak to people anymore who don't have those stories and experiences, and it's a problem. Some of the textbooks content are still stemming from lessons that stem from eugenics when this country believed in eugenics.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, I don't want to, make everything too daggone serious and Debbie Downer, but what I will say is this: there are we all we got. There are a lot of excellent efforts going around to combat this, to give people beautiful birth experiences. There are birth centers that we are advocating to be built. There are organizations. Aya Wellness is coming up. Sankofa is coming up. Hearts works with our teen moms and goes inside Hillside High School to catch every teen mom and work with them and help them get jobs and apply for college scholarships and get their babies in daycare and go to the grocery store. There are so many wonderful efforts going around in the triangle that we just need to support. We just need to remember.
Because a lot of young mothers, a lot, and not to cut you off, but when you speak into that, that's super dope because a lot of young mothers, they don't have support. And it's like, if you don't have support, I mean, I'm talking about like, especially you talking about 15, 16, I know 35-year-old mothers that they don't have any support. You know what I'm saying? They just, it's hard. It's hard for them, right? It's like, you know what I mean? And then especially when you have, you know what I mean, when you have someone that's not there as far as a partner for whatever reason is not there to support you and everything like that out in the home and everything like that, when you're kind of doing it on your own, it's like, yeah, man, like daycare could be a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, daycare is making a mint. You know what I'm saying? It's like
tuition are neck and neck.
Right. It's like, yo, listen. And it's like, how you supposed to do that? And you don't have a support system at home, and you're trying to get to college. Because I think will be more successful. There will be more successful parents and everything like that. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes a single parent, if you come from a single parent home, hey, you could be successful, but those people had support systems behind it. They had the big mamas. They had, you know what I'm saying, people that can say, yo, you go do what you got to do. I can help you with this. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not running away from your responsibilities, but here we can put things in place to help you get to the place that you can get to. And I think that's dope.
That's what we're doing. We're getting back to the village model. We're getting back to the village. We got way too far away from it by listening to what they said was legal and what was in the textbooks and all that. No, we have the skills. We know what works for us. So we're getting back to the village model. I love my job. That's why I'm here. That's why I want to share with people about what we do. We help mamas locally every day by eliminating financial barriers so that they can receive these pregnancy-related services. I feel like the baby mama whisperer. Come here, girl. I got you. Let me help you. You know what I mean? And it's so rewarding and it's so amazing. And I just want to encourage everybody to tap in, support local efforts, support other mamas that are helping mamas, support dads that are helping dads. Our families are very important. We're going through a lot. Everybody's going through. It's not one person right now that has everything peaches and cream. It's so much going on. We have to support one another. We have to stop the lying and the infighting and the pettiness. And we gotta do some real stuff right now, some real work to save lives. Like people are getting taken up out of here.
Right. And we gotta stop, like you said, we gotta stop listening to the bitter motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like at the end of the day, stop listening to the bitter motherfuckers. Because the bitter motherfuckers have been running parenthood for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you got it. Nah, after, you know what I'm saying? Yo, stop. Like, listen, hey, bro, you got caught out there. Not everybody's the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you get advice from from your bitter homie. You know what I'm saying? This baby mom's like, you don't go down to child support. What I'm gonna tell cats all the time. Listen, bros, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Go down. Because what I'm gonna tell you this, here's a secret that they don't tell you. If you're on good terms, like if you're not married, if you are not married, get with your child's mother and talk to her and say, hey, what's a good amount of money for you to take away from me? And then what you do is this right here. You go down, you sign, and you say, this is what we want to take out for child support. You can do that. You don't have to get them.
They prefer you to do that. They don't want to go through the process. They want you to do it. I will give her $25 a month. I promise. That's what they want from you.
And guess what? It could be $25 a month. It could be $250. And it's like this. And I'm gonna tell you this right here, brothers. I'm gonna tell you this right here because guess what? You gonna fuck up. Hold on. I'm gonna make myself big. Excuse me, Joe. I'll be right back. Listen, brothers. This is just me and you talking. You are gonna fuck up. You are. You gonna do something, and some of y'all don't. But if you know you are, the type that's gonna mess up, go do this because that way, when it comes down, hold on. Are you muted yourself? I'm sorry. You can mute. You gotta mute yourself. When it comes down to it, that way, you know what I'm saying. If she gets mad at you, you're not going there, and you're not that $2,500 ain't coming out your check. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we already said this. They can restructure it or whatever. But guess what? You got that when it's the happiest times and all that stuff. Go down there and just get it taken. Because what I'm saying is right. You don't miss the money when it's not there. You know what I mean? If you on good terms, because at the end of the day, you already set it up. So that way you ain't got to come back and pay arrears or anything like that. It's kind of covering your own butt. If they say, hey man, well, it's $25, you can actually afford $250, fine. But at least this is what we agreed upon up until that point. Violent, go take yourself out on child support. Man, go ahead before she even get down there. Listen, give me the baby social security number. I'm going down here to the courts and I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Right? Because what it does is this right here. It sets it up. So because cats get burnt because y'all be trying to be, how can I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Y'all think it's for punishment, right? And then I think when it comes down to the bitterness, because bitter people have manipulated the child support system to use child support as some form of punishment. And I'm going to say it right here. It's not because when I learned that, you know what I'm saying? Because for my first son, I wanted to go child support. I went down there and filled the shit out, and she rejected it. So the reason when she rejected it, I didn't have arrears when I finally got taken out on child support later on, right? Because I went down there and it was rejected, right? So it's like,
we have to get educated about how this stuff works. Like you said, it feels like punishment. It feels like blaming. In my case, for example, my daughter has a disability, an eye disability. She has to be on Medicaid to see specialists and get surgeries for her eyes. And so when you are put on Medicaid, they say, well, what is the father doing to help for health insurance? Well, I can't even get up with him. So I don't know. So then the state took out child support. I'm like, wait, no. They're like, nah, somebody paying for this surgery, for these medical appointments, whatever. Right. And so now, like, whatever, the process is rolling. He didn't pay it for however X amount number of years, whatever, who cares? I didn't even remember signing. Don't even remember signing any papers. The state took that process.
Yeah.
And then I got fussed out for, whatever. But it's like, we don't understand. Like you said, the easiest thing is just to communicate with your partner and say, hey, I ain't got no job. Can we at least write down that I'm giving you $10 a month until I can scale up and really help you with this child? And the state and the government will leave you alone. Oh, well, he said he was doing this. And when she tries to take you to court, well, ma'am, you said all he had to do was give you $10 a month.
$10 a month.
It was good. So why are you here?
Why are you here? And then what you got to understand this also, fellas, is this right here. Because they'll go down and they'll look at both of your employment histories, right? And like when mine says that this is how much you're going to pay, right? This is how much you're going to pay you because she doesn't have a job. So this is how much you pay. But we're going to come back in 3 months. You should be able to have a job by then. And they be like, okay, you don't have one. This is how much this is locked in now. This is locked in. And again, but you got to understand, fellas, is this right here. Just go down there and don't be, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to be loud and ignorant. Go on that. If you, like I said, if you are, when I say this right here, if I would have known then what I know now, just go ahead and sign it up. Like, all right, this is how much we're going to do. If you go down there and say, this is how much we're going to do, and you're in agreement and you're on good terms, do it then. Don't wait till y'all all infight thing when it's all cute and stuff like that. When y'all still lovey-dovey and all that stuff, like, nah, listen, we in the third trimester. Listen, let's go down here. The baby coming. The baby is going to come. You know, we done got the doula. We done hollered at Joy. We done got our doula. We done got the birthing center. We got the pool in the living room. Listen, before the baby come, go and sign this paperwork for me, baby, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Boom, y'all done got your Wu-Tang playing in the background. You done signed the paperwork. The baby's coming. Boom, go ahead and get that out the way. Because that way, in any case, is this right here. Because if you're not together, it's this right here. If she don't need the money and y'all still living together and all that stuff, the money coming back into the household anyway. It's just coming out your check going to her. It ain't like she.
Just be proactive. And here's a fun fact. Durham County Courthouse has free consultations where you could talk to a lawyer and express what you need, I think it's on Tuesdays or something. Call family court, figure out. You can go up there and talk to somebody for free. Should I do custody? Should I just do child support? Right. Also, Central School of Law does the same thing. They have free family court consultations where you can go and troubleshoot what your situation is and get some free legal advice about how you can move forward and effectively co-parent and not have like the onus and the stress around that situation. Like people don't maybe know about these resources. That's why I like to share, resources like this, especially in Durham. You can go get lawyer advice for free and move on in a legal way. Like you said, before the drama starts, we know how we're going to address any drama that arises because life be lifing.
Right. Exactly. Just be more proactive. That's all you got to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's for, like, I mean, talk about, like, you know what I'm saying? We, even with your, if you got sons and everything like that, young sons and that, whatever go down there. Hey, bro, I know you just at McDonald's, bro. Go ahead and go and give $50 out of your check, bro. Go and get your little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this your own. Because guess what? Because sometimes it's like this. I know so many mothers that say, man, I just want this mother to come get him on weekends and get him on weekends and then give me $50 for what say I don't be asking one. But it's like this is when you get into it, like, because I understand as a man and I understand about, like, I like to call it, I'm ignorant as hell, but I know how it feels to be set up with a catch a nigga baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. I'm gonna keep this nigga baby. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of people out there. And you like, nah, I don't want this. And it's like, and you feel trapped and all that. But I'm going to tell you this right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've been there. I felt that and everything. But guess what? At the end of the day, you could be as mad at your situation as possible because there's things that you could have done to prevent that, right? But you didn't. So this right here, I like to say this right here. You had your life set up and you didn't go by the rules and plans of your life that you wanted to set up to be an all-time bachelor with no kids. Because guess what? Because you thought your pullout method was going to be ninja-like. And it wasn't, bro. And it wasn't.
And it ain't about you at the end of the day. Right. We forget the lives that are actually involved. These kids are hip. These kids be knowing.
Right.
They know who you talk about, who you talking to, how you feel about them, when daddy lied, when mama lied, when she actually don't feel like she said she felt, and everything. My kid be calling me straight out. She's 4.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Because they remember everything. Because we called our parents out on their bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
ain't hurting nobody but your kid. And why are we doing that?
Why are you gonna do that? Why are you gonna do that? And it's like, so what you got to do, fam, is like realize that it's your kid. You know what I'm saying? If it is, like, and just go out, like, because DNA test and everything, like, cats like, you don't have to sign, you don't have to, because what you're not going to do is this right here. You can get a DNA test before you sign everything like that, and if you worried about that, go and get your DNA test, get your, you know what I'm saying, before you sign the thing for the child support. And it's like this, and no, you know what I mean, not necessarily, that might be a fight. What you think? Nah, it's like this. It's just one of those situations to make everybody at ease. Like, I'm going out here and get your DNA test. I think everybody should go ahead and go on and do your DNA test and everything like that if you feel as though that you want to do that. It shouldn't be no stigmatism. Like it's not. I'm not talking junk about you, but guess what? It's cats out there that's been paying 18 years out this mug, and kid just wasn't theirs. Like homeboy was from the NBA, Wiggins just found out that the baby that he thought was his best friend's.
Like true facts, this stuff really happens. Like we ain't gonna sit here and act like stuff don't happen. I done seen people dangle leverage kids for relationships and really convoluted, crazy, toxic, messed up stuff. I done seen people, like you said, trap mugs with a baby that they absolutely know is not theirs. They just picked him because he would be a good father, and they acted like this was their kid. Like I done seen it all. We have to stop doing that to ourselves. We're being attacked in too many directions to keep doing these things to ourselves. Like for real, wrap it up. What are we doing? Like for real, people really out here like not take care of themselves and their bodies and not caring about the end result of the actions that we're doing. Like what is really going on? Like in the age of COVID and RSV and the flu that's taking people out and all of this swine, blah, we still having sex with people we don't even like that, unprotected.
I mean, what it is this right here. Sometimes, and I got a rule. Like, yo, my mans, don't mess with, because back in the day when I was a younger man, I got some game. I got game, whatever, right? And I was like, yes, I got game. I got game from a lady of the exotic world or whatever. She said, listen. She said, she was like, I was like, what, probably like 21, 22 or whatever. And, champagne room type of situation was going on. She laid me down the game. She's like, it's chicks that go back there with the germ on them, right? With the germ and whatever. Cats be back there begging. And she like, they'll say nah. But then she was like, at the wild, they give them what they want, right? They give them what they want. And it's like this. And when you do that set up the mindset for me. Was like, I've been going, because I used to go to the strip club a lot. So the girls knew me and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those cats, like, I was just the dude that sat in the corner and come over after they dance and come over, joke around with me and all that stuff. So I had friendships with the people. Then I realized that when people care about you, they less likely to do damage. You know what I'm saying? When you go into that. So when I say this to fellas, I'm like, yo, man, just don't go out there for that. Build a friendship at least. So that way y'all can have these conversations and everything like that. Because when you have these conversations and things like these happen, you're not like, oh man, it's a one night stand. Or I didn't want this. Like, B, you understand that if this happens, you got to have that what if this happens conversation.
And we got way too many options in 2023. The girl can wear a condom. The dude can wear a condom. Plan A, B, C. Planned Parenthood, underground. Your grandma's tea concoction, castor oil. Like, what are we? We got way too many.
Ain't nobody castor oil. What's going on to castor oil? Let me go and write that down real quick. Where you got to support? Who got to wear it? Who got to wear the castor oil? Do I got to take it beforehand? Do I need to drink it? Because every time I drink castor oil, my boo-boo come out oily. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in the middle.
Detox, everything in you gonna come out. That's the point. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff is coming on out.
I don't want to sneeze and then that splatter. Then we just make art on a wall. Like,
But no, that was a joke. Don't take castor oil. Really. But what are we doing? Like and then we want to. Oh, she tricked me, bro. You busted 3 times in there, all full throttle. Was that really the trick?
You ain't even trying.
What are we doing?
Show me some birth control. It's IUA, bro. Well, listen. But at the end of the day, it's like, but if you
let me see you take it. Like I wouldn't trust I wouldn't trust nobody as far as you could throw them. We are really living in odd times, and we got to take care of ourselves a little bit better than what we're doing, and then take accountability for when we mess with people that don't respect us, what that's gonna look like.
And then it's like this. It's like this, and give it time, bro. I'm telling you, giving it time, giving that extra week talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Text. See,
or keep like me. We ain't gotta do all that. Just let me know what you really got going on, so I can make an informed decision.
But see, that's what happens. So, but hold on, Joe. That's what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. Because this is, you know what I'm saying, this is the young man part. Because I remember how male hormones is, you know what I'm saying? When it's like one time you got to, because every dude, if you're lucky, you're gonna have a summer that you can't be told no. It's gonna be like it's a phenomenon. And fellas, if you listen, it's a phenomenon where your game just works. It's like whatever your hormones meet your pheromones and whatever you spraying out of your system. Like your beard might be starting to grow in, you know what I'm saying? But it's like this. What you gotta do is just take extra time. Like instead of rushing into it, give it a week. Learn that person. You know what I'm saying? Give it a couple weeks. Talk to them on the phone for a week. Because honestly, what you can do is if somebody is after you or trying to get at you, a lot of people aren't devious enough to keep that shit going on for 2 weeks.
I was gonna say that crazy gonna show within 3 weeks tops. That crazy is gonna show.
It's going to.
In 3 weeks is absolutely going to show. Give it some time because you might get that red flag or that bottom no tolerance line. It's going to show. You could be nice side of food, like you said, for about 2 after that second week, and you ain't hit yet. Mm-hmm. Some of that representative starts going away. That representative goes sit down a little bit.
Right. Because then you realize, like, oh, you're a cool person. I just know I can't be in this type of relationship with you. And now you got you a nice little drinking buddy. You got you know what I'm saying? You got you a friend.
Actually respect. So like people want my friend, shout out to Mark J. Kelly. He said, y'all want to be friends with benefits, but y'all don't even know how to be a friend first.
Right. You got to be the friend first.
Like what? You know what I mean? Like, don't talk bad about me. Like if my tire blows on the way from your house, like, are you going to come help me? Like, do you care about me at all as a person? And we don't do that. We are giving people our bodies that don't even respect us on basic levels and then complain when they show disrespect.
Exactly. You out here like, And I'm a proprietor. Like, hey, if you feeling somebody, you want to rock out on first. But when I say you want to rock out on the first date, you want to do that. But it's like this. You could do whatever you want to do. You're a grown person, but don't be out here rocking like you said. Don't be out here rocking with a person like they care for you if you don't know they care for you. You can't put them in that side. They're not on that side of the menu. There's 2 sides of the menu. It's the protect yourself menu, and it's the hit it raw menu. You know what I'm saying? Don't be putting that on a sushi side. You know what I'm saying? No, all this stuff got to be wrapped up in cellophane and processed. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that to yourselves, men and women. You know what I'm saying? And then please don't write the narrative to the person's story if you don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it some time. Get to know their quirks and all this stuff. Because those little things is what's going to, it ain't the big stuff. It ain't like your religion. It's like how you roll the toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? Or what do you consider too much time on the game? Or what do you consider, what is your love language? Because sometimes
when you got the food, did you put my change in your pocket instead of letting me know I had change? Like, where is your integrity? Like basic stuff. Can I trust you? Did you just lie about who called your phone for no reason? Because we don't even go together. Like, what we doing?
What are we lying for? Like, listen, who was that? That was Janet. Who's Janet? None of your business. You know what I'm saying? That was Phyllis. Like, you know what I mean? What did you talking to a Phyllis for? You're 20 years old. Like, that was Phyllis. Like, ooh. You in here with a Phyllis?
No, this is Lucille.
You in here with a Randolph, Joey? Ew. Like, why is Mr. Randolph calling your phone? You know?
Don't talk about people who mamas gave them old name. He can't help his name Bernard. That was his place.
Like a 19-year-old Bernard out this bug. It ain't no reason for you to be a Bernard in no 2003.
Oh my goodness.
What's your mama name? Your mama name Tamika, your name Bernard. Like, oh my goodness. Like,
I had wanted him to get a job.
It's some of the Raekwons out here 30 years old now. You know what I'm saying? If the Raekwons is 30 years old, you know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be no more Bernards. You know what I'm saying? Bernards got to be 56.
You know, we don't Raekwon, my manager. Like, we don't gotta do this no more. We good. We all right. We've arrived a little bit.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You said Raekwon, you know what I'm saying? Hi, my name is Raekwon Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Like, word up. Dr. Raekwon Smith.
Man.
But
But
nah,
yeah.
man. Shoot. So where can like if people need to ask you questions or feel more comfortable with you asking, how can they get at you, Joy?
I'm hiding from it right now. Me on Facebook, Instagram. If you want to see my ratchet side, TikTok.
Her TikToks is funny.
I'll be a little ratchet on TikTok.
A little ratchet on TikTok, yeah.
Joyous Vibes with a Z. Joyous Vibes everywhere. And inbox me if you have individual questions. If you know me in real life, hit my phone. Stop playing. Just hit my phone. Just hit my phone and we can talk.
Hit Joy your phone. I'm gonna hit y'all up and I'm gonna have you hit Joy because I don't think I got Joy number. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, Joyous Vibes on social media. And I really just really want us to focus in on collaboration, on networking, on, you know, holding one another accountable for what we say we're going to do, and making sure we're supporting families in our community, college students, our elders, the kids. Like, everybody deserves, you know, to feel like they're part of a village that truly supports them. So I honestly, in all honesty, do too much, and it might take me a little while to get back with folks, but I really care, and I genuinely care. If I say I'm gonna do something, like, nothing's gonna stop me from doing it unless I'm like on my deathbed or like something really, really did happen. I really take pride in my word, and I'm a woman of integrity, and I use every fiber of my being to make sure my word is my bond, and that people know that they can trust me if they so, you know, decide to, or give me the honor of being let into their cipher. So yeah, I'm for real about that. I really want to see like good things happen to good people, and good change come about in our communities. So hit me.
Get at Joy. Get at her. You know what I'm saying? For real. Now, so let's go. Like, so what is the what are some of the better programs? Like, you know what I'm saying, if you could name just a few, because I know you said you do a bunch of them for like new parents, you know, getting into this, you know, this thing about birthing, you know what I mean, while the children are here, you know what I mean, now they got teenagers, and then, you know what I'm saying, parents with grown ass kids that, you know what I'm saying, like 25-year-olds still living in the basement, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So where are some of the places they should be able to go speak about those things?
Yeah, I would say so. Some of these are folks that I have worked with, and some of these are folks that I have heard about. I'm like, ooh, I want to support you. If you're in Wake County, Galatians Health is a healthcare clinic where the owner really cares about who you are and how your birth outcomes will be. I have yet, like, shop around. If you're looking for a doula, just shop around. Like, your doula should be like, sis. So if your doula isn't matching your vibe and it feels too like formal or something, like, keep shopping and get another doula. So not literally all. I know so many. I've not yet to encounter a icky doula. So just shop around in the Durham Raleigh area. Do that. Hearts, helping each adolescent reach their spark, based in Durham, doing amazing work with teen moms. HeartsNC.org, I believe, is their website. Please support them. Please donate to them. They're doing this work for real. Like, the founder takes her van and picks up these mamas and makes sure they're good on an almost daily basis. They need support. It takes a lot of time, energy, and resources to do that nitty-gritty level of what do you need? Let me meet you there. Right. I've seen the founder take people's babies herself because the mom was like, if I don't get a break right now, I might blow.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Mom. They have a lot of mutual aid efforts going on. If there are basic, like, hygienic items and things, like basic, really tangible things, they can help get that stuff to you. And, you know, Equity Before Birth, check us out. We, equitybeforebirth.com, are doing the work in a way that is relationship based, centered around community, and very intentional. We're going to take our time with you. We are not an emergency response organization, but we're a process based organization. We want to get to know you, connect you with the right provider, and then learn who you are, meet your baby, send a doula to your baby shower, to your birthday party. We are funded primarily through donations. And so maybe we can't always move the quickest because we have our own babies to take care of and things of that nature. But we care, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. And I think a lot of community efforts are like that. It's not, you used to walking in the health department and get it. We don't have a $3 million budget and 30 staff to be able to help you like that.
Right.
But we are doing things in a very down to earth way. I'm leveraging like my experiences to say, oh, I never want to feel like that. So we're going to do services like this.
That's good. I mean, yeah, because we got to understand it's like, and then maybe like after you have your child, you go to equality before birth, and then maybe you can work with them and bring in other mothers, because
volunteer and help us write thank you notes to our donors to keep it going. And now you can help us with, childcare at our future event, give it back. There is something everybody can do. If it is write an email, write a letter, do a research study, come to the meeting, volunteer, donate, share a Facebook status. There is something you can do. Don't ever think there's nothing you can do. You can make a phone call. You can speak your truth. You can share your story. There is something you can do to make sure that we're improving these experiences.
Because you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I've known, like, working in the, medical field a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You're like, most people's problems aren't when you talk to 4 million people and you got, 40 million people in your database. I'm going to tell you this right here. You and me working IT and, behind the scenes and HR and all the stuff, everybody got the same problem. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you just got to realize that there are people there for you that have been through it, that are going through it, or that are going to go through it, that can help, that you can help, not help, scoot over to the past, or that can help you get past it a little further. Because sometimes we got to go through some shit to help somebody else out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's a trick too, keeping us thinking we the only person going through, or let me not ask for help with this, or they wouldn't understand. And as soon as you open your mouth and say, hey, this is what I've been experiencing, you get a me too.
Right. Or you can say this right here. Oh, you about to experience that? Do this, that, and the third. You mean really? And that's all I had to do? Yeah. All you had to do was just do this, that, and the third. And guess what would have happened was you wouldn't have got going through here, because there might be something like, there might be somebody going through this right now that you going through that said, you know what, if I'd have learned this, I'm 5 years in to whatever the bullshit I'm into. But if I know, when I look back 5 years ago, I said, you know what, I could have did this differently. And if I could stop you from going down that same path, I could shave 2 years off of this for you, then you could do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
you got to make that a habit, like do that consistently. Right. Like I would say, get to know yourself and who you are so you can act genuinely and authentically. And then you're going to attract people and be able to identify who you really trust. And then lean full throttle in on your village of people that you really trust. Like we cannot do this alone. We literally can't feed ourselves as a human species until we're like, 13 and can turn on some noodles or something like that. Make some cereal at 12 or something like that,
Because ain't nobody out here teaching us how to hunt. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, this shoe. Don't even get me on my Walking Dead theory. You know what I'm saying? If the zombie apocalypse come down, a lot of us is gone. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wrap. Like it's just a wrap.
Okay. What's a radish? I don't know what a radish is. You been there snacking on.
I can't have that. Do y'all have any?
Ain't got no hot dogs? Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want some raccoon? I don't want to eat raccoon. You be sitting there starving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be a wrap if But let's go ahead and start building our villages now. Cut out people out your life that don't really rock with you. Let's stop being fake. Let's link up with the people who really rock with us and who really trust us. So we got real work to do, real lives to save, real progress to make, real wealth to regain.
Right. And dear Cotton, I want to go out here because you said wealth to regain. Dear Cotton, I think This is now, Joy, because you're a smart person. I know you be in this mug, but here's my idea. Here's my idea for reparations. It should not come from the taxpayer. It should not come from the taxpayers at all. You know what it should come from? We should get a percentage in profit of every company that made a profit off of slavery. You know what I'm saying? Now, because all you got to, that's easy to track. You know, like your cotton needs to give us at least 1.5% of all profits. You know what I'm saying? All the Wall Street banks, shipping yards, all those places, soybeans, everything, tobacco. If you just took a percentage out of all those companies, guess what? You could give everybody their 40 acres and a mule real easy.
Real easy. Money isn't an issue. We have abundant resources. The narrative around, oh, we don't have it is fake, because every time people want stuff, it just miraculously pops. Durham public schools found out about every single kid a laptop during the pandemic, but it was trash cans in the hallway to catch rain before. You know, people miraculously find. Sorry, I need to stop calling people out. I'll be getting in trouble. But anyway.
No, you ain't in trouble.
We have an abundance of resources. We have businesses. Y'all see them condos that's popping up downtown? My rent about to go up. I live on Chapel Hill Street, but I know when they build that building downtown, my rent about to go up.
Like I'm not living over. I'm living here. Why am I?
They're like something that belong in New York, and they building it down in Durham for what? Like, let's just be for real. Like. Anyway, it's time for us to link up and join together, because people playing games and we got the power. It's on us. The power does rely in the hands of the people. They try to make us forget.
Right.
We got to remember who we are. We got this. This is on us.
And like you said, and it's like this, and it's about the people you vibe with. That ain't got nothing to do with race, creed, color, anything like that. Because what they really don't understand is this right here, po folk. You know what I'm saying? The marginalized, all marginalized folk need to rise up and do what they got to do.
Absolutely.
Because and again, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what because they want to do this right here. Because shit, you know what I mean? It's one of those situations where if you don't understand it, it's like racism ain't all it is a byproduct of trying to keep people, the 99%, separated. Because once you realize
everybody, it hurts white people too when you actually understand it. Like you said, this isn't. I speak from my experience as a Black woman, because that's all I know. I can't speak from the experience of a male or from another ethnicity. I don't know that life, so that's where I speak from. But not one person is benefiting or having a peaches and cream life by the way that things are operating. You know, currently, it actually is hurting us all. You might be like one step ahead of me on the tragic totem pole, but it's hurting us all.
Still on that we're still on that totem pole.
Still on the pole.
Unless you dance on the pole. Get them dollars.
And then we can get some of that wealth generated.
You generate some of this. Come on, I'm saying. We on this tragedy pole. Look at us. Twerking. Look at us twerking our tragedy. You know what I'm
twerking for justice. Might be my next fundraiser. No, I'm kidding.
When I say that thing to make a mint, boy, twerking for justice, shit, we running out like yeah, twerking for justice. We about to get niggas out of jail like this.
The booty bailout fund.
Booty bailout plan. We out here. Must be out there spending G's and making it rain. Don't even know what they making. They just twerking, bro. You know what I'm saying? We just out here. We gonna go ahead and do it.
Oh my goodness, that is funny.
Well, dropping it hot for Habitat of Humanity. Like, what? They out this
hot for homelessness, hot to eradicate homelessness. Like getting it in.
Oh, she getting it in. Like, yeah.
I mean, actually, like Equity Before Birth is having a dance party on April 14th as a fundraiser. I mean, you can twerk if you want to. I ain't gonna judge
come out there and twerk if you want. Twerk for the babies. You know what I mean? You're gonna twerk anywhere else. You might as well twerking for babies is a good cause. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna judge you. You know, if that's what you want to do, you can.
They had the march. They had the march for dimes. We got the twerking for babies. You know what I'm saying? Either way, the babies don't care. Formula don't care how that money comes.
It is not discriminatory. It can come in a crumpled up ones
Right.
from
Right.
the bank. It's okay. I will
It's
take
every bit of it. There it is, man. Joy, anybody want to shout out real quick before we let you go?
I want to shout out everybody. I want to shout out my tribe. You know who you are. I ain't even gonna start naming names. I don't even know who for me right now. The B100. I love. Shout out to my babysitter. Can I do that? Hey, Banika.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and take care of my kid. I hope she's in the bed. I ain't got time for this. She got school tomorrow. Thank you. Shout out to my babysitter. Shout out to yourself. Shout out to parents. Shout out to babies. Shout out to leaders. Shout out to community members, students. If you woke up this morning, shout out to you. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Drink your water. Don't let fake people in your cipher cut your grass. Eliminate the snakes. Keep it true, and you're going to be covered and blessed. Nobody can't stop you.
There it is. And yo, I can't say nothing else better than that. You know what I'm saying? We took up the whole hour with Joy. Hey, Just, I hope everything's going good with your family and everything like that. You know what I mean? So he couldn't be on the show tonight. So we're going to do our top 5 draft next week. For the top 5 draft for next week is going to be, so this is what we're doing, Joe. We're doing the top 5. So we pick our top 5, but we have to do in the draft section. So last week we did Philly rappers. So we had to draft the second rounder. This week we're doing top 5 Saturday morning cartoon themes. So, you know what I mean? Don't give me any ideas because I got mine. I got my locked in. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna bust his ass on this one. But in the week before we did rapper producers, he beat me because I put in Hit Boy and he was like, Hitmaker, which is Young Berg, you know what I'm saying? And he said, nah. So I lost that one. But stay tuned next week, Joe. Anytime you want to come back on, hit us up. I'm talking about anytime.
I think y'all started at 9 o'clock for the longest, so I've been missing it every week for no reason.
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah, because you coming on when we were 9 o'clock. We moved it up because you know we getting older. You know what I'm saying, and our fans are getting older. You know what I'm saying, and then I gotta go to work tomorrow. So when you're dealing with a bunch of 40-year-olds, you know what I'm saying, like I want to go to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's they were mad at that. So
I'm so grateful for like the platform and the support and for what y'all are doing. Like, I feel like I am a little bit of an embodiment of being intelligently ratchet. So like, I love this, and thank you for the platform.
But what I'm saying, if you could do this every week, we would have. If you can come in you can come on as much as you want to, Joy. You know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna put it right there because you know why? You're intelligent. You talk good, and that's all we need. We just need feminine energy on this mug, and we need somebody to talk good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. When I can rock with y'all and pop in.
Yeah, pop in when you want to. You know what I'm saying? And especially when you got something going on, or if anything pops up, you know what I'm saying, that you need to promote. We here for you, as always. And you know, we catch each other in the street and we'll fight. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. So this is your boy Bishop Omega. That's my homegirl Joy. Because when I do it this way, it goes the other way. You know what I mean? Joy Spencer. So please, you know what I mean? Joy's Vibes on everything, on all platforms. Follow her TikTok if you want to see her little workout videos, her doing cartwheels and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Not cartwheels.
Getting that mother legs. Because she be twerking for babies on TikTok, yo. So y'all gotta go ahead. Donate to everything she asks you to donate, whether it's $1 or a dime. It all helps. You know what I'm saying? And yo, at the end of the day, it's night. This has been Intelligently Ratchet. We out of here, man.